Hi CVC, here's a few announcements you need to know about this week. First, have you lost someone close to you or know someone who has? Are you maybe in need of a support group? If so, we would like to invite you to our upcoming Grief Share support group, beginning February 6th at 1 o'clock. Grief Share is led by Chris and Christine Santa Lucia right here at CVC. If you have any questions, please contact us at office@experiencecommunity.org, or you can register to attend on the website. Next, here's a financial update from Gary Sanford.
Hi everyone. On behalf of the board, I'd like to give you all a brief update on the church's finances. For this year's budget, we had two major areas of significant savings that really helped our budget process. The two major areas were the healthcare plan for our staff and the heating expenses for the building. Now, we've completed 4 months of our current fiscal year, so how are we doing? Well, the new healthcare plan was projected to save about $35,000 over the course of the year, and I'm glad to say we're on course to see that happen, so that's great. The other major area for projected savings was in heating costs, the Fuel the Cause project. And for any new folks, Fuel the Cause was a project to get natural gas to the church. Historically, our heating ran on fuel oil, and the price had continued to rise. We had looked into natural gas in the past, but it was never an option, even with the well pad out back. But with CNG's filling station next door and with some contacts through our church members, CNG was open to the idea of providing gas to us, and we started looking into it in detail. Well, the initial cost for the project was estimated at $148,500. But with the projected savings in heating costs, it was forecast to pay for itself in about 9 years. So the project was approved by the congregation and was finished last September, just in time for heating season. So how are we doing? Well, the actual cost for the project came in well under the estimate. With a lot of thanks to the people and companies that helped to keep the expenses down, the final cost was $129,000, basically $20,000 under the estimate. And updated calculations now indicate that the project will probably pay for itself in 7 years, so that's 2 years sooner than originally estimated. And thanks to your generosity, most of the $129,000 cost of the project has been covered. The remaining need to finish paying off the project is $17,500. And if you would like to help finish paying that off, just designate your gift for Fuel the Cause, and it would be greatly appreciated. So how are we doing on heating costs? Well, if we compare the year-to-date costs from this year to last year, we've saved 57% so far. Now that's only year-to-date. We'll see what the final figures are when we get to the end of heating season, but so far it's paying off very well. So thank you again for supporting that project. These two major areas of healthcare and heating have seen considerable savings. How about overall? How is our budget looking? Well, comparing year-to-date last year to this year, our general fund income is basically even. It's down slightly this year by $3,000, but our expenses are down by $40,000 compared to last year. That's a 17% drop. So as of the end of December, our income has exceeded expenses by $28,000. That's great. And by the way, some may be thinking that part of the savings is probably due to having one less staff member on the payroll for the last couple of months. Well, for what it's worth, that has not affected our numbers because the board had decided to continue paying Mark through the end of February in order to help with their transition. So salary reduction has not been a factor in the savings. All in all, it's a very positive financial update, and we're thankful and praise the Lord that we can share such good news with you. Our desire is to give updates like this periodically going forward so that you know how things stand. But also keep in mind that we post updates each month on the bulletin board in the center hallway. So if you'd like to keep up with the financial info, be sure to check it out. And if any of this raises questions or if future reports raise a question, please feel free to ask me. And again, on behalf of the board, thank you very much for your part in helping to meet the financial needs of the church.
Finally, are you a nursery or roots volunteer? Or are you interested in getting more information on what it looks like to serve in the nursery or roots program? If so, plan to stay and join us for our Nursery and Roots Luncheon, happening this Sunday, directly after the second hour. You can head on over to the gathering room directly after the second hour, where we will eat and get a little bit more information on how you can be a part of the Nursery and Roots program. We hope to see you there.